What's going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Yeah, Cardias is actually pointing that out. Sorry about that. I was actually lighting an incense like over there, and it didn't light up, so it took me a little while. Sorry about that. But yeah, I hope you're all doing good. It's been maybe 2 or 3 months at this point, I think. And welcome back to the live stream of Dreadlabs, I guess. We're back with a whole new segment. We're back to live streaming with an actual purpose, I guess, not just doing random things that I feel like doing. Because one of the reasons that I also kind of quit live streaming halfway through, one of the main reasons was actually that the weather. It was getting really hot here in the Netherlands, and it was just like over 30 degrees in my office, and I don't have any air conditioning, so it was just not like feasible to basically just sit here in the heat working, because I couldn't really focus. So and doing it earlier during the day wasn't really an option either, because that's around the time where basically a lot of people in the Netherlands are still working. A lot of people in the American time zones are basically still asleep, and I think in Asia they're also like about to go to sleep or something. Anyways, we're back, and I want to take a little while to just start explaining what we're going to be doing today and what we're going to be doing for the coming streams. So as you might have already guessed from the title, or maybe you're already here with a specific reason, because you already found out through Instagram. But what we're going to be doing in this live stream is, and all of the live streams for the coming weeks, is we're going to focus on the design challenges. I actually worked together with you guys on Discord. I figured out a couple of design briefings. We're going to give a new design challenge every other week. So every 2 weeks you have time to complete the challenge, and then 2 weeks later the next one comes over. And I'm going to join in on these design challenges myself, because the main reason what I want to do is challenge myself more to create dope stuff, and to show a little bit of my process in the first stream. So every time a new challenge comes online, I want to just do a live stream where I try to work out my ideas as much as possible. And in the second live stream, which is going to be next week, same time, I'm going to be looking at your works. So if you want to know what the design briefing is, let me just read it out loud real quickly. If you want to join and know what the briefings are, there are already a couple of ones online. You can find them on dreadlabs.net/briefings. The first briefing will be all about your favorite artist. So the basic idea of this challenge is every single challenge is going to be completely different. And the first one is basically create merchandise for one of your favorite artists inspired by their first album. So if they would re-release their first album, or do like an anniversary like presentation or something like that, what merchandise would come with it, and how would you design it, of course. So I'm going to show you actually some stuff that's already been sent in the Discord to give you an idea. So let's switch over to the live stream mode here. This is actually Cardias. I think he's also in the chat right now. And Mike's also in the chat. What's good, Mike? How are you doing? So he made this sick anniversary box for Gorillas, based on their truck. I think what was it called again? It had I forgot the name of the book, but basically he made this whole concept where there's a UV T-shirt that changes color, and this little truck will actually be a CD box and a CD player, which is actually insane. But I'm not going to focus too much on the feedback. But then in here has a Satan in a Tuxedo T-shirt for Choking Victim. I'm not familiar with the music on this one, but yeah, this is a merchandise based on their first album as well. And then we have Cardias with a whole anniversary collection of Rodeo by Travis Scott, which is also pretty insane. Let's take a quick look at it before it loads. It's still buffering. That's not a good sign, I guess. But so an old school player here, some vinyl, and I think he also made a T-shirt or jacket. Yeah, that's pretty sick. We're gonna go into that a little bit more next week, and if you want to join in on the challenge, you have a week until drop in your own designs, and I will review it and give you feedback. And after the 2 weeks are over, I will also announce a winner, and the winner of each challenge will get some store credit on the Dreadlabs web store, because I've been dropping new assets left and right, so I want to give everyone a chance to join in on these challenges and win some money, basically some store credit, I guess, that you can spend in the web store to try out some assets that you've been meaning to try out. So, what am I gonna do? You may already have read it down there. Wait, other side. Yeah, you may have already seen it there. But what I am gonna be doing is, I was thinking like, what's an artist where I've been there from day one, that I got into from the very start, and one of those artists is actually Joji. Saw him 2 years ago in Belgium on a festival. Pretty sick, pretty fun. And I've actually also been like a little bit of an edgelord when I was like following Filthy Frank before he became Joji, which is also really fun. Anyways, I figured it would be cool to do something for his album called In Tongues. And I actually did some research, and that's the cool part about this. I don't have to do everything on the spot, but I actually did a little bit of research up front, so that we can use that for the process. So this is album in Tongues. This is basically the deluxe version of the cover, I think. This is the remix cover, if I recall correctly, and this is the main cover, I think. So a very interesting art direction already, and this is also like where that lo-fi pop thing became like really huge in, I think, 2016, 2017 or something. And a big thing here are the chains and the underwater, which is something that I definitely want to incorporate some way. This blossom icon as well, I discussed this as well with someone in the Discord server, but this is what like he has this tattooed on him as well. If you look closely, you can see it here. And this is also some big part when he launched a merchandise web store before the whole 88 Rising did a web store on him as well. I think and here's another shot from the same shoot with chains. And then we have the chains here as well as like the Oni mask. And yeah, we figured let's see what we can do with that. So the actual ideas here, let me just write those down in Photoshop so we can just have those. I actually saw this tip from Brady from Dreadlabs, is when you use the artboard, you can actually do stuff outside of your canvas. So let's just do that right now, and I'll just write down my ideas for you guys because I had some. So I for sure wanted to make a blossom chain. Is this gonna work? Yeah, it is, but it's illegible, so let's make text white. Why is it so ugly? It's okay. Let's do that on brand, because I've actually rebranded the whole website and stuff, so if you haven't seen that yet, go check it out after the stream, of course. So I want the blossom chain. I'm gonna try to do that in 3D, I think. So I maybe wanted to do like some resin cube. Actually, can you let me know if you hear me all right now? Because I moved the mic a little bit, but sometimes I look at my keyboard and I cannot really see it because of the mic. So if I'm not talking loud enough now, let me know in the chat. Anyways, a resin cube that's underwater. Under the water. So I also made this vintage design for a brand a couple of years ago. I'll just showcase that in a minute, but I'll just write Flaneur because that's the name of the brand, so I know for myself what I wanted to design. So maybe maybe also a t-shirt for the chains. That being said, maybe also like a shirt where like he has when you wear the shirt, you have the tattoo on you on the same spot that he has. A Will He t-shirt, because Will He is one of the biggest songs on the album. Let me just. I think I talk a little bit louder now because I hope I don't clip from this range. I think I clip a little bit, but if I clip, so let me know and I'll move it down a little bit. Then, so moody gradients. Maybe as tie-dye shirt. I keep needing to resize my text here. And a vinyl/cassette. For the display. So I'm thinking of like a resin display, I guess. Yeah, that's it for now, I think. So the first thing that I kind of want to do is see if I can change, if I can turn that, what's it again? Jeez. I want to basically drop in that flower and turn it into a 3D object. So let's do that now in Illustrator. Okay, what I'm gonna do first is open it in Photoshop. And then invert it and also export it as a PNG. And, oh wait, let me just call this Blossom Black. Hello, can I? It's actually already fairly hot in here as well, but yeah, it's impossible the windows are open and the fans are way too loud for me to do that during a live stream. But anyways, so let me just place in that Black Blossom, which is really small. I think I had to find this through like an Internet Archive page because the website is down. But yeah, let's simply use the image trace. Add some pods and corners to add in that detail. Wait a minute. Why does it? I think it. If I lower the threshold a little bit, there's like these sharp corners on the edges, which is actually not what I want, but the temperature over here, it's not too bad right now. It's just that like my apartment is like right in the sun, so if the sun starts shining, this will just heat up like crazy, and the house is really old, so but it's like I think 25, 24 degrees Celsius at this point, so it's not that bad, I think. Like when I actually quit live streaming, it was around 30, so but yeah. I think this is okay, but I'm definitely gonna have to fix some of these corners, right, like this one. Just round that off like that, and this one, maybe this. I'm just gonna simply just use the smooth tool. It's like, I don't think it's that big of a deal to make this like a perfect logo. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like this, and then just save this as a Blossom vector. And let's dive into Cinema 4D and try to make this into a 3D chain. I have the feeling that I want to make it like silver, because that's also the... At least this feels like silver rather than gold, right? Even though I think the gold chain would sell better, I guess, but... That rounder tool, yeah. It's been great. So the only thing I don't really dig about this cover here is that it's like, why does this open in Google Chrome? Can I just open this with, yeah. What I don't really like about this is like the purple hazy parts. They feel like a plastic texture to me, and I'm just so over the plastic textures that I kind of want to like skip that. So yeah, I'm not gonna do anything with that at least. Anyways, let's make a new file and we'll just drop in the blossom vector. And why is it? This is tiring because I just want to spend my time in doing normal stuff. So I'm just gonna save this as an Illustrator 8 file. And do this the old school way. I have so many issues with that like vector loading thing in Cinema 4D, it's crazy. I'm actually going to not renew my subscription. I've decided it. Like, I'll just force myself to learn Blender when I'm there, but it's way too expensive for like how much I use it and how actually convenient it is. So I'm also gonna offset this path maybe like 100 pixels, and I'm just gonna make a new file and just merge these and make a compound path and make a compound path and just flatten that out, I guess. If you want to learn how to do this, if you need me to answer anything, it's yeah, just ask me. Blossom vector outline. Oh wait, I just need to save that as a Illustrator 8 file as well. And let's go back to Cinema 4D and just import this like that, and also fix the coordinates and drop it into an extrude. And maybe like do 5, and then I'll just move this into the z-axis minus 2.5, and then I think this minus 5. And now we have this like little 3D blossom thingy. And I kind of want to like round off these edges a lot, so like a nice soft bevel. So let's add the caps here and round it off to maybe here, and do the same here, but maybe like a bigger bevel. I'll just make the bevel here 4, and I'll just subtract the 4 from the depth here. So I'll just make this 1. And I'll just move that. Do I move it back to 0? I think so, right? This is always like such an iffy thing to calculate. Okay, they're 10 deep, so this is -5, and this thing is now 1 plus 4 deep. So why does this not? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay, so we have our like blossom. Maybe we want to subtract this. So I'll put everything in a connect object here, and I'll put this in a connect object. Well, this doesn't need to be in a connect object, but I'll just call this blossom inner, and then this one like blossom outer. So what do you guys think? Like this is pretty cool, right? Or let me just put both of these like in the volume. Oh, not together. Now I'll just drop both of these in. These two, preferably. And I'll just change some settings, and I'll just make this into a subtract. Oh wait, no. I'll subtract this part, and then move the inner blossom outwards like this. This is so ugly. I'll just do the 0.1, and I'll just add in an SDF smooth. There we go. So what do you guys think? Like, I feel this a little bit more, I think, because it's like the blossom is like embossed in there rather than like pushing out. This looks a little bit cheaper. What do you guys think? You use Cinema 4D for years for the price and the bugs, crashes, it's not worth the money. Blender now does so much more. Yeah, man, I completely agree, Dave. The thing is, like, I don't really use that 3D that often lately anyway, so I feel like I'm just gonna like cancel my subscription. You guys mean the second one is like this one, right? Like the one that's on screen right now. But yeah, like I'm just gonna unsubscribe, and like if something 3D comes along, I just force myself to just do it in Blender until I get it. All right, guys, thank you, because I think the same way. Let's use this one. Okay. I kind of need to think about the way that I want to like present this, but I'm just gonna go to the front view actually, and I'm just gonna like sketch a like the path of the necklace, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna sketch from here on out towards here, and I'm just gonna smoothen it. The thing with 3D software is that it's so different from each other. Like I feel like if you transition from like Photoshop to Affinity or something, there's like a lot of similarities between them, but then I have the feeling that like with 3D, like there's just a lot of difference in terms of like, I don't know how to explain this, in like terminology, and you know, the way that, for example, Cinema 4D uses splines, stuff like that. Yeah, it's named different, and I feel like the way that it works is also like, there's such a big difference in there as well, right? Because like I used to have an intern, shout out to Sjors, and he used Blender, and every time he was explaining something, I was like, this doesn't make any sense for me. So yeah. Anyways, we have the spline path. Now let's go and make ourselves a little chain link. So let's see, we'll do 5 by 2.5, I think. Can I turn this into X-ray so I can just look at the scale relative? Okay, this is way too small. Maybe we'll do 10 by 5. I will drop that into a sweep. And we'll drop a little circle in there, and we'll change the circle to maybe 1. Let's see our reference and see what that's actually. Yeah, it's actually like a normal rounded chain link. Maybe we'll change this later, but for now this is fine. Actually, I'm gonna make this 5 by 10 to make it vertical, and I'm gonna drop that into a cloner, into a linear cloner, and we'll just go with 10, or no, 7.5 maybe, and we'll just rotate this into the x-axis 90 degrees every single time. There we go. Maybe 8. 7.9. Let's do 7.9. Where is the 7.9? There we go. I think we might need to scale it down, but we'll see. Lightwave 3D is... what is that? Use 3D software, 3D Studio Max, Lightwave and Blender's move share. Sick. Alright, so I'll just... the way I'm going to do this right now is just add in some clones, and then I'm going to group this, call this chain, and I always need to kind of like see this, the way that this works. I think the spline wrap has to be inside of the group with the cloner, and the spline doesn't need to be in there. So let's just, yeah, this is already like working awesome. And then I'll just basically extend this until we reach the other end. And I think we're actually, whoa, this is linking up pretty good, I think. All right, let's just drop all of this into a chain thingy. And let's just add in like a basic scene. So we'll just go to my 3D scenes, basic warm octane, and we'll move the backdrop down. And let's see what this looks like. In the meantime, I'm gonna add in just a simple chrome material. Cool. I want to learn 3D software to be pro with it. Best way to learn. So, to me personally, like I still have to learn Blender. So yeah, I won't be able to help you with that, Credius. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend like. I know everyone's always saying like I recommend like the Blender Guru, make the donut, blah blah blah, and that to me that's just so slow and not proactive that it doesn't work. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. Let's see. I do have some. I think he has like some like scratches on it, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna like see if I can just add in some scratch textures. To the roughness. Let's just do it to the specular first, see what that does. And we'll just need to change the projection to box, I think, so that the textures like do, yeah, now it's like properly like there. And I'll scale it down just a little bit, maybe to like 0.5. Maybe a little bit smaller. There we go. And then let's just drop in a gradient node. Do you guys hear the people outside, by the way? But if I'm being completely honest, but that's just like the space I am in today, is I'm just not doing that much with 3D right now. So I'm not gonna say like that it's like an overhyped thing or something like that, but because I'm like really happy that I did it, but at this moment, like I feel more like I'm more into that space where I just want to learn every single in and out of Photoshop and just like crack open the rest of the program that I don't know about it yet, if that makes sense. Like master one part before moving on to like the next thing, if that makes sense. But that's just me. Okay, let me just move these to the, where is it, roughness. And here we get like this super metallic thing, and I think, yeah, that's just because it's white, so I'm just gonna make this darker. There we go, slowly getting there. And I think this texture also comes with a normal. So yeah, let's drop that in. And go to the normal. A little bit of that fake 3D effect, I guess. And then one more for the bump. Where is it? Where's gradient? Where's gradient? Here. And we'll just lower the contrast on that like bump texture to make it less drastic. Maybe like a little bit darker even. This is too much already, so let me just, the lower the contrast is, the less these like scratches are like visible, I guess. Now for the camera, let me just change this backdrop. So what we're gonna do is like make it like smoother, like really smooth, and move the whole backdrop to the back. Like so. And then let's see if we can work out some dope coloring that works with this. I'm thinking like either this, maybe this part, if we can create something similar, of course. So let's for now like make it like a super low like ambient lighting here, and this is set to the center, and the center is actually in the right place. Maybe like a little bit more upwards and a little bit more toward the back, so it's like in the center of the necklace rather than in this thingy. So let's also then rotate the backdrop a little bit. And let's play around with the colors. I think, let me just grab that reference one more time. Just click everything away. So we're gonna like do a deep purple background. I think we're just gonna do a gradient and link that to the diffuse. And yeah, dude, it's peaceful. And then slowly move towards like more of this like orange hue. I feel like this is kind of like on point with what the background is, but I just want to check like how is the gradient placed on this thing. Yeah, it's just one color. Why is that? I think it has something to do with like, oh wait, maybe we just let me just drop it into a fall off or something. Not what I meant, I think. Okay, yeah, now we're somewhere, I guess. Let me just lower that again to like 0.15 or something. Reset these, and then actually gonna invert them. Yeah, kind of somewhere like here, and then the light here, I'm gonna just change the color of that to this is distribution. Let me just go to color. And then I think what we need to do is like have this bluish, purplish color here in the front. Ooh, that looks good already. Let me just see where. Oh, this is an omnidirectional light. Let's move that down a little bit, I think. Yeah, these live streams will definitely be less of me talking and explaining and more of just like silently just you getting to check out the process, I guess. Let me lower the... I'm trying to talk through what I'm doing a little bit, but at the same time, like for me, the goal here is to just make something great rather than trying to do this yeah, I don't know how to explain this actually. Then trying to do this like more of in a type of an explainer video, I guess, if that makes sense. Anyways, I'm kind of happy with this. Let me just see if we can just... So it's gonna be like kind of difficult to simulate that underwater effect, and I actually also think it takes a little bit away of what the chain is as a product image and stuff. So I'm just gonna add some bloom to make it a little bit hazier. Some spectral intensity, a little bit of cutoff to... And then blur this glare. And now go to the camera imager, of course, add that denoiser, otherwise your octane renders will suck. But also want to add some saturation. And going back to this, I'm just going to lower the spectral intensity. And I think lower the power of this orange light in the back. But yeah, if anyone is watching this and you're saying, like, okay, I want to learn what he's actually doing right now, then of course I feel free to ask me and I'll try to explain it. Lower the bloom power just a little bit. Okay, I'm kind of happy with this already, so let me just chain render. So I also would love to do like more of like a case study kind of thing, just like how people in the Discord did it. Because presentation is, I also want to show this to like potential clients and stuff. That's basically the goal. Chain. All right, let's render this and see if we can add some extra stuff in Photoshop, like, you know, add in that detail, add in some grain and stuff. In the meantime, let's think about like what I want to do with the resin thing, because I wanted to have like this box basically, and like the vinyl will be in there or a cassette or something, and maybe you like pick it out with the chain or something. Yeah, like if it was a pitch to the client, exactly. So let's go back to Photoshop and see what we came up with again. Like the blossom chain we just did, maybe as a t-shirt. Let's see if that works or not. So the t-shirts I think will be good. I think that's something that will be I'll add later, just to add in like how just say like volume to the whole pitch. I want to show you the flaneur thing. So I think where did I export this again? Here maybe? No. It's definitely on my Instagram. Let me just look it up for you real quick. So it's over here somewhere. Here it is. So this is basically the design, and it's like a 2 or 3 color screen print it ended up being, if I recall correctly. It's been a while since I did this actually. I think I made this in 2021 or something. So it's also a while, because the actual t-shirt came out in like, I don't know, 2023. I don't think I still have the graphic for it, but this is something that I figured would be interesting based on that like flower. So I'm not sure if this is an actual flower or not. Let me just see if I can find it or look that up. This is a cherry blossom tattoo. Okay. Yeah, okay, then this makes sense. This kind of looks like it. Okay, let me just find some cherry. If I can find something that works with this design. This one kind of works. Let me just download that one. If only I knew this in March, because I have a giant cherry blossom in my garden. Would have taken a picture. Yeah, we need that thing to not be as focused as this. This one maybe. Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. What if I have an idea for a t-shirt actually. So if we can find like a proper cherry blossom flower 3D model, I might make one myself after the live stream, because I'm not gonna pay $19 for it. But if we do that, what we can do is, yeah, it starts. I just want to make this for free. I'm gonna make this after the live stream, but then add that to like the chain, so as if it were like a flower, if that makes sense. So like have the chain go up like this, I guess. A bit like the picture that I just downloaded, I think. Where is it? A bit like this basically, but then the stem is basically the chain, and then the flowers are just blooming from the chain outward. Yo, package idea, having graphics on of chains wrapping. Ooh, yeah, I was thinking about that. Would be sick, right? But I was thinking of like doing actual chains to like enclose it, I guess. But then again, this would have been like an anniversary box for that. That's like over $1,000 at that point. Oh well. Why did I render this at 2,000 samples? Anyways, it's still doing it tight and during the live stream, which is okay. I think it works. For now, let's just make a design with the flowers. Let me just copy all of those to our working content thingy. I think this one, we just cut out the 3 main ones. see what it does. Hey, there we go. And one time other than this little thingy. One go. Let's harden up that edge a little bit. Maybe a little box blur to soften the edge. And then cut it off. There we go. Okay. So let me just see if I can find, I think it was in 2021. I might have just simply deleted that whole file, to be honest, because this was, I remember doing this project just around the time, oh, there it is. Even got the reference in there. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna make this duotone, I think. So let me just see if we can add some filters on this and see if we can make it work. Let's go to the sharpen, no, not sharpen edges, the sharpen unsharp mask. Just highlight those details a little bit. And let's play around with some filter galleries, or maybe like a color halftone. Let's see what that looks like if we just actually gonna rasterize this and see what we can do with this, because I also want to have this as an edge or something, like an edge around this or something. So a little 5 pixel outline here, and then is my pen tool here? Okay, and I'm just gonna like draw a line around these as well. And just have like to really separate those flowers and have like that edge around them. And then I want to like do like some halftone effects, I think, because I'm just gonna think about like the way that it's gonna be printed. I feel like we should go with like a screen print, like a proper screen printed t-shirt. It's kind of difficult to see what's going on here, so I'm just gonna like wing it a little bit. And let's make a hard brush that's 5 pixels. And with the pen tool, right click, and we'll just stroke this path with the brush. Oh, no, not stimulating pressure. And I think here, let's do one here as well. I think we should be good. I don't know what this is. Feels like a separate pedal, so I think I'll just go and trace it like this, and then I don't know what it is exactly, but it looks better this way, I feel like. So okay, let's just right click and convert this all to a smart object, and let's see what happens if we just put a straight up halftone on it. Make it completely black and white. Maybe more detail. The one above the pedal for the left flower. The one above is the pedal for the left flower. Wait, let me go back. This, okay, I'm just getting an error now. Sorry, Marcelo. The one above is the pedal for the left flower, and the above is from the right flower. You mean this part and this part? Oh, we need to, yeah, I think you mean that we need to separate it like here, right? Maybe. Like this? I don't know, for me this feels alright. And what I'm also want to do is go and make this into a black or white background and just expand it a little bit. So we can get some proper halftone outlines, so it's not like cut off, if that makes sense. And let's just do a little, not a posterize, I wanted to do a threshold. Maybe I'll do it like a softer way, so let's just make it black and white, and now I'll just do a level, so we have some anti-aliasing in there, even though we need to make this one color, if that makes sense. If we're gonna screen print it later, we're not gonna do that, but maybe Joji will see this and hire me to do that. I don't think so, but anyways, I think this is cool. The only problem that I have is that it's like how we're gonna color this. Like looking at this. I'm gonna just hold off. Well, I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm just gonna make a duplicate and then leave the halftone as it is. Keep it halftone and add color where the white is, and then just like make a cut of it, if that makes sense. Wait, we'll make it. I'll try something here. Where is that? I've been really using the maximum minimum filters lately. I think we need to make the minimum here, because this basically works as an expand. See, if people don't know this yet, but I need to do this after the halftone. And now what I just will do is crunch in the levels. This and now magic wand, we'll do a contiguous cutout of here and here, and now what we can do is just basically give this a full-on color overlay. Let's just make it pink because it's supposed to be pink, and then just we'll remove the white on this layer. Alright, there we go. Alright. Oh no, my Cinema4D crashed because Octane couldn't render it because I'm running Photoshop, Illustrator, and I'm live streaming. and it's doing this all the time, and then what I actually probably ended up with is a proper render with the error message down there. Thanks Cinema 4D. I'm gonna use it now, but let me just drop in that Joji reference picture. And see if we can find like some dope colors to work with, because what I'm just gonna do is remove this color overlay, group them together. I'm just gonna play around with the gradient map. Why is it doing this? Oh wait, yeah, it's supposed to have a color overlay with just a white color overlay. And there we go, remove that. Alright. Let's see if we can find some samples in the picture of like the cover. Like that moody purple for the blacks, and then I think this could be really dope. I really like digging these kinds of like colors lately. Color on top and multiply, yeah, could be. I just do it like this, and then just because it removes all of the color in one go, the white in one go, I guess. So let's see if we increase the size, what happens. I think this is a little bit too digitized for the rest of the art direction. Maybe if we just put the pattern to 15 degrees. Looks a little bit less like robotic, if that makes sense. Didn't really see the difference there, but feels a little more organic this way, and maybe we'll make this a little bit bigger. I'm not sure, man. I'm gonna leave it here for now. Call this V1. I'll get back to it if we can't really find anything. But I want to try something other than the color halftone, basically. I just could have just removed everything in one go, of course. Let's see what the filter gallery can do for us. Maybe add some grain. And then let's do a halftone. Just kidding. Let's see, maybe like the poster edges. Something like this, I guess. Water drinking ASMR. Oh, it's probably like really loud if I'm drinking water, right? Yeah, it does, right? Like the cyanotype. I feel like this washed out like thing is the way to go. Yeah, it's a little bit too hard to figure out what it is with the smoothness on. See, where does it start to lose its detail? Around 4 or 5. I kind of like this, but at the same time I feel like if we do it like that, we need to have some grain before we add it. So kind of like this. See the difference? It's like a lot more detail in there, I guess, but we'll do clump maybe. It's a little bit bigger. Oh, that doesn't work. We'll just do regular. Maybe soft. What happens if we do soft? I think this is, I kind of like this better than what we had, I think. Let me just compare the two. I feel like this just gives off a little bit more detail, if that makes sense. And I think that this could work for like the Will He t-shirt. Like, why is it still dotted? Or it just looks, oh, that's, I think, just because of the grain or something. Oh no, of course. So I hope what we can do is basically just select this properly with the select subject. So guys, if you haven't done it yet, I saw this like video, maybe everyone's already seen this video. I don't really ever like watch tutorials, but I just saw like this Photoshop tips video from Dreadlabs, and the one where he just basically said like go to preferences, and I think it was over here somewhere. This setting, select subject and remove background. If you turn this to cloud detailed results, it gets the results are so much better than. It's a little bit slower, but it's definitely worth it, because then you don't have to go back in and fix every mistake that it's made. So it's, yeah, I highly recommend it. And then just paint out these little white or little black parts here. There we go. Okay. Do you know about design syndrome? I know about design syndrome, yeah, but I don't know actually. I haven't watched tutorials of him, to be honest. I know that like that he does assets, and I think he also has like a really really active Discord community, and he also does challenges. But yeah, to be honest, I like kind of lost touch with everyone from the community in 2022 or something, when I just started to focus on my own office. Basically, the only person online that I kept in touch with is Jack from Album Art Archive or Studio AAA. So yeah, I like probably like we commented on each other's posts and DM'd it for a while, like years back, but that's it. I know he makes dope stuff, and he's better at social media than me too. I think this part needs to be cut out as well. And oh no, I was afraid that it's gonna be like not be able to select because of the grain, but we're good, we're chilling. Okay, and now I want to do like this rounded type. So let me just find some font that will work. I think I'm gonna just start out with Helvetica. Otherwise, I couldn't call myself a graphic designer. Will your tongue remember the taste of my lips? I think is the lyric. I'll just copy it because I'm too lazy to. Just do everything lowercase because it's lo-fi. Wouldn't be an actual lo-fi t-shirt if we didn't do that. Okay, so line height's fine like this, I think. it's not. It's definitely not. What the fuck did I just say? It's I think okay like this. I'm trying to like push the question mark in there. Here, and let's just now group this, and we'll just run type meld in there. Text. Let's go to type meld and run it real quick. I think 3 pixels is good because this will round everything off, and maybe we'll shrink the text just a little bit like this, and then we'll color it in the same way. So I really dig this grain actually, but for now let's just hide it. It sucks otherwise. I'm not gonna hide it, I'm gonna leave it in there. And we'll do a bevel and an emboss so that it kind of looks like a little bit 3D, if that makes sense. And we'll just give this a gray color overlay so we see the actual relief, if that makes sense. And we'll soften this a little bit like that. And I think we're good to go to actually turn a filter on this. So we're gonna do right click one more time and play around with the settings, because this I need more grain in there, I think. Let's just drop it in here as well and just put the gradient on top. Let me just change the ring of the bevel and emboss to this. Kinda like, nah, and I'll just change the direction. Yeah, this is better, I feel like. And now let's fix the filter on there, because I think the smoothness is ruining it. Okay, let's see what's going on. Ah, there we go. The light dark balance is fucking it up. There we go. I wish the filter gallery would have like a built-in blend thing, just like the smart filters do, but then just in the filter gallery, so I don't have to do like 3 different filter galleries. I think that the grain isn't doing us any good here, so I think that's the problem. Yeah. There we go. I think this is better. Alright, there we go. I think this is a cool print for the front. Maybe we'll do different colors on this. Yeah, I think so. But the colors I'll just figure out later. So this is the number 1. Will and I'm just gonna go and open up some mockups so we can just see what we got so far. Can you disclose how? Can you know how? Wait, can you disclose that how much you earn with your website if possible? So I don't want to disclose the full amount every single time. Hey Andy, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for joining. I don't want to disclose it because I feel like I'm just making myself vulnerable for people wanting to hack my website, if that makes sense. But what I can say is it used to pay all of my bills, and now it doesn't anymore. Now it's I want to say 25% of my monthly costs, so it's not that much anymore, to be honest. And I think that's just because a lot of piracy, a shit ton of other people joining in on the asset game. Like in my niche, I was one of the first people to do it, so that's how I grew a lot. But yeah, now there's, of course, I have so many competitors too, which makes sense. That people, they can't spend all of their money on everyone. And then again, also a lot of people, I don't think they know that I exist anymore because of social media. But yeah, compared to like other stores, I probably like don't make as much. But that's why I also wanted to like shift it towards like stuff like my Trends Essential spec, which focuses more on like pre-made 3D renders for vintage flyers and stuff like that, rather than like another texture pack or another shape pack, because I feel like that's an oversaturated market to begin with. So I started to do like some niche stuff, if that makes sense. Also did some other stuff. I just released the tribal pack as well, so yeah, I wanted to do both, I think. Anyways, what was I about to do again? Oh yeah, the mockups, the t-shirt mockups. Sit over here. Where did I leave my mockups? Here, there we go. Let's grab the t-shirt front. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I want to do like a vintage gray-ish color, maybe like with a really subtle purple hint towards the t-shirt. We can also like do something with the light, I guess. Anyways, let's drop in our design. Where is it? Merchandise for Joji. Let's move this to the actual work folder. And I was thinking something just like here, where like the text will kind of be like on the chest. It's kind of dope, I feel like. So I'll just save this as will he t mockup, and I'm also going to just straight up go with the chain t-shirt. Let's see if that's actually a viable option or not. So I'm just going to delete this and then just paste in that, because I also had that like idea if you just drop in this t-shirt and then just like kind of make it look like you're wearing it, if that makes sense. Kind of like this. So I'm just going to do this the real quick and easy way, and that's just like delete this part and then just wait, not that much, I think. Let's just something like this, and then just do the content aware fill. I will apply and click OK. I will see what this looks like. I don't really spend money on buying packs or assets because I find it more convenient to learn how to make them on my own. Yeah, that makes sense. That honestly makes a lot of sense. That's why I also started doing it. The pack from your website was probably one of the only ones. Oh, that's actually sick. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, that's actually what I try to create now. Okay, I need to just clip the design on there. Yeah, I think this is a pretty fun photo. I think that the quality of the render is a little bit too lo-fi, so I just want to like add some grain to it. But Could be like a cool all over print t-shirt or something. Let's just see what happens if we just go and add grain with the filter gallery. And we'll do like a soft grain with not a lot of contrast, I think. Let's just do the film grain instead of the... And then I think what I want to do is just like use this to exaggerate it. A little bit. No, it doesn't do anything. I'm just gonna like blur it just a little bit so it's not like really sharp. And I think I'm gonna lift like it's already like kind of like lifted, I guess. I feel like the render just looks a little bit too high quality, if that makes sense, but it's still like I dig it. I dig the shirt. And I think what I want to do is just make a selection first. Select the subject, and now don't let me down. Do the chains right. I don't want to deselect everything, and I think it did it. Yep. And now I just want to make a gradient from the top, and this is the inverse render. Okay, I'm gonna make an orange render from the top. Just make it like a lot larger, kind of like this. Just kind of to like match the vibe of the album cover a little bit better. I have like this like kind of like tie-dye idea, I guess, if that makes sense. I dig it. I dig it. The chain tee. Okay. What else did we come up with? I like how I just left this empty and didn't do anything with it. Oh, of course, we need to do the resin cube and the vinyl. We need to do the vinyl in some way, shape, or form. I feel like I want the vinyl to do like... I actually have a sick idea for the vinyl. Let me just go back to Cinema 4D. And I'm gonna make a new thing. And I'm just gonna copy our little chain here. And I'm gonna make a helix. You might already know where I'm going with this. We're gonna do a 0 height and a really small start radius. Let's see what this looks like from the top. Let's continue it kind of like towards here. Do we need to have a radial bias? I don't think so. And now, bam. And I want to like place a render of this like on the thingy, on the vinyl. So let's just move this to the top, reset all the positions, look down, and just go up. Okay, I'm gonna lower this to maybe 100 and just make them bigger. And then just make this larger as well. Yeah, this is better, I think. And then let's just finish that last part. And then once the vinyl starts spinning, it will like the chains will start moving, if that makes sense. That's like the general idea. There we go. And of course we need the material. And and there's of course no light. Let me just basically, why don't I just copy everything in one go? Yeah, this is sick with the lights bouncing off of there. I'm just thinking, do I want to have the flower in there as well? I think if we overdo the flower, it will become like a little bit too stale, if that makes sense. So I kind of want to leave the flower out of this. Let's call this chain helix. And I'll just be back in a second. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Blazing hot in here. Okay, let's dive back into it. It's gonna take a while to render, of course. Oh wait, I need to render this transparently for sure. Why is it not doing that? No. Oh. Huh? That's weird. Oh, of course. That's not a background. I'll just give this a extension Octane object tab, and I'll just make it invisible for the camera, and I think that should do it. Okay, let's render this. So we got the Willy t-shirt. Let me just check off some stuff that I already have been playing with. The vintage flower, it's kind of like the same thing. I'll just put it to one line. Resin cube underwater. The blossom chain, definitely. The moody gradients, yeah, that's something that I've been playing with. And the vinyl and the cassette for the resin display. Okay. I'm kind of like, it's getting kind of like hot in here, so it's getting hot in here. I think it's also because of the lights. So I'm thinking of like, I do want to continue this, but maybe like not in a live stream setting. It's kind of like difficult because I don't want it to be like, okay, so I kind of want to showcase my full-on process for this. But I know that when I'm recording myself, especially when I'm live streaming, like I'm not doing like the best work because I also have the feeling that I have to present and there's like lights on me and a camera and blah blah blah. And it's a little bit difficult, to be honest, to perform the best way. So that's why I wanted to do, finish my own entries on my own time, like without like the camera on, but at the same time I kind of want to show my whole process for this. So I was thinking like maybe I'll just like put on like the screen recording and like without like talking, and just drop that onto the Patreon or something like that, so that like people on Patreon can actually watch the full process uninterrupted. I might do that, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just a little bit hard to like, I don't know, do the full-on design and like doing all of these things while you're live streaming, especially when it's this hot in here. So yeah, it's like kind of like maybe I have to like see how I do it, how I want to like decide on this as I go. But yeah, this is like for sure like some solid ideas already. Like I'm just gonna drop everything in here to show the people if you're just tuning in. Oh, that's not what I wanted to show actually. Making a presentable gradient for you guys. Kind of like needing to think, of course, about like the what are they called? About the presentation up front. Anyways. Let's scale this up a bit. So this and this one. So this is what we got so far, as well as like the chain with the Octane render in the background. I'll just put this to normal, I think. Okay, maybe I'm gonna do something else with this chain. I kind of like this composition wise, but I'm gonna need to fix the color. The chain I think is like it will be okay to do. Thank you so much, by the way, for the kind words, Daniel. Forgot to respond to you, I think. But yeah, this is kind of like the general idea that I had in terms of the merchandise, and then like the box, the presentation of that. I'm gonna do it like that, I think, on my own time, because it will take me a while, because especially if I want to do like a 3D mock-up of it. So yeah, I kind of like struggle. I'm kind of like struggling between putting all of this on camera during the live stream or showing you afterwards or something like that. But to be honest, it's just a little bit hard for me to do that right now, because it's like it's getting a little bit too hot to think even at this point. So I think I'm gonna call it a day. But what we will have time for next week, however, is I want to show if you want to plan on joining the design live streams or the design challenges, sorry, you can find all the briefings on dreadlabs.net/briefings, and the first one is basically design merchandise for your favorite artists based on the first album that they released. So for me that was Joji. For you, it can be any other artist, of course, but if you join in on a challenge, you can actually win some cool prizes. So every time you win a design challenge, I will pick a winner after 2 weeks. So you have a week and a half left at this point, and you will get some store credit for the web store. And the week after, we're going to start with a new challenge, which will be about Gundam and how to bring that to the West. It's been concept-wise, that's been a struggle for me a little bit, because I kind of have an idea. But yeah, if you are stuck on an idea, just join us on Discord. And in the Discord server, you can just showcase your design work, but also share your progress, and especially put your design, if you join on the design challenges, on there, because if you do so, I will give feedback on it next week, same time during a live stream. And yeah, in the meantime, you have also, of course, the chance to win store credit from the dreadlabs.net. Yeah, that's actually all I wanted to say. And for now, I'm just gonna cool off and chill for a while, and hopefully see you guys next week in the live stream. I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with, and also hopefully see you next week. Bye bye.